Hi, we're the Nygaards.
We have been foster parents for a little over 2 years, and we have had 2 different placements. We are on our 2nd placement right now. I remember when we got our first placement call, I was working downstairs and my hands started shaking. I was like nervous and excited and all those feelings like, oh my gosh, like this is really happening. Someone needs us. Oh, I wonder what they're gonna be like. I hope they're okay. Like all these things went through my mind and I'm just shaking. And then I messaged you, right?
Yeah, I was working at a school and I was actually in like the storage room looking at all this stuff that we had to go through, and Leanne calls or text. I think you called.
Yeah, I think I did call. You're right. Yeah.
We just got a call. I think we're gonna have a foster child, and I was like, cool. When is that gonna happen? And you said
4 o'clock.
like in 2 hours. And so I stopped worrying about the storage and drove home, and there was a lot of stuff that we needed. And, and so we put in a quick order to Target.
Yep.
And
yeah, we had lots of like smaller things, but she was older than what we were ready for. And then I was like, oh my gosh, but it was fine. I know going into it, there was one thing I was worried about because I knew there was going to be visits and I didn't know how any of that worked, and that every placement is different, right? But it's easy. The county makes it pretty easy for you. They pick the kids up. They bring the kids there. They bring the kids back. Our placement now has been brought to multiple basketball games for me. Like I'm like, yes, he can come to this visit, but I'm going to be at this game. And oh, no problem. We'll just bring him there when we're done. Fabulous. Good. He gets his visit. I get to watch my kids. Nothing is disrupted, right? I still get everything that I want. But it's not scary. I really wish people knew that it's not scary. It's just you have a responsibility, but you're taking care of a kid.
I think having foster now and having 4 kids of our own, that they've got to see a little bit of what this life is like. Just knowing that you can help other people, right, that aren't necessarily your immediate family. And I think, growing up, we had very good relationships with our parents, but it wasn't just our parents that raised us. And so, whether that was grandparents or aunts and uncles or family friends, having a part of that now that not only our children get to see, but having other people in the community get to be a part of it too. It's more than just 2 people raising kids, but I think that's one big thing for our family, is that they get to see how life works, and it's not just parents raising kids, it's a lot of people having a hand in raising everybody. I think one of my, and I don't know if it's a favorite memory, but one of the most memorable things is when our first placement was reunified with Mom.
Yeah.
I mean, that was sad for us, but it was ultimately the goal. And that's something that we remind each other of, like that's the ultimate goal. And that was a relationship that's continued, right? We haven't seen her as much lately, but it was, like, you never know, right? Are we going to see her again? How's she going to be?
Yes.
With Eric too. But just knowing that we've created relationships with the parents, so that we get invitations to birthday parties when they happen. So it continues even after the placement's done.
Support with foster care has been, you get support from the county, you get support from families, you get support from friends. I feel like you say you have a foster child and everybody's like, what can I do to help you? How can I help you? So everywhere, everyone.
Yeah, I think you tend to, as you have kids, and then you tend to hang out with the people that have kids the same age. And so, we help coach basketball for a 4th grader. And so there's not a lot of babies around,
Yeah.
So we show up to the tournament, and then every parent wants to help because they haven't had babies lately.
Yeah. Oh, I'll take them. I got them.
And
Or they'll send a message. Are you bringing them with to the tournament? I can take them for you. My kids want to hang out with them. And it's like, fabulous. Perfect. We'll bring them with. Yeah. There's definitely no lack in, once you have a foster child, there's literally no lack in anybody wanting to help you. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I think the one thing is that people, like I've talked to people and their question is like, how do you do that? And it's not how do you take the kid, right? It's at the end, how do you give the kid back?
Right.
And that's hard, and that's what I say too. I'm like, it's really difficult, but you just try to remember that you've done hopefully a lot of good, and remember the good times and do everything you can to help while you can.
The reunification is really rewarding. It's also very rewarding for them to love you, and you know that they love you, like that they are sad when they leave you, or they're attached to you while you're making supper, like they love you, and that's super rewarding. But having seen one reunification go back to a parent was sad, but it was awesome all in the same sense.
Yeah, I think having our own children, like, say to us, you know, Eric might think I'm his actual brother, you know, just because it's such a strong relationship that they have, and it's like he might, but it's like because he treats him like a brother, whether he's not or he is or he isn't, and you know, sometimes I wonder, like, 10 years from now, what does that relationship look like? Right?
I think if they were older, you know, the two placements we've had have been younger.
Right.
So losing touch a little bit in that sense, but I could see where families have older kids, like how great it would be that they're brothers for life type of thing.
Right.
I'm sure there's instances in that. I mean, my kids definitely wanted to keep our first placement in their lives forever. I know they're going to want to keep him in their lives forever because they always say, well, they'll send us pictures, right? We'll still get to see them, right? So yeah, that's great too. I would say if you are on the fence about doing foster care, to do it. If you're a tiny bit thinking about it, take the step and just do it. There's paperwork that you have to get done, so you can continuously think about it while you're doing the paperwork.
Right.
And while you're getting certified and whatnot, you can continue to think about it. And if you decide when you're done with that you don't want to, you can still say no, but just do it because it's rewarding. You'll like it. If you're thinking about it, you're the right type of person that should be a foster parent.
It's not a thing where you're going to say, yeah, I'm thinking about fostering, and then a kid shows up the next day, right? You're going to have an opportunity to ask a lot of questions,
Yes.
to become more educated, and realize maybe it is something for you, or maybe it's not, but to at least start down the path. It's not like jumping into the deep end, it's more wading into the shallow end and seeing what you think, and over the course of time learning things. And you know, if it's not for you, you have a chance to not do it. But if you're thinking about it, it might just be for you.
For sure.